Well, good evening from the nation's capital, Monrovia. What a pleasant way. I'd like to welcome you to the closing argument on KMTV, where we are here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday, bringing you happiness across the globe and the nation, Mama Liberia. Well, today happens to be a very fascinating and tough show. As you may be aware, the director of police at the Monrovia City Corporation is back in country after Ulubalus over claims and counterclaims. And also the president arrived in country yesterday. We're going to be deep into the successes of his visit, if there is any. So let's now begin the show by joining Madam Jackie McCay, who is in the U.S. Good evening, Madam McCay, and welcome once again to the closing argument. Well, I'm okay, and I hope you are doing great.
Yes, I am doing wonderful. The day is Wednesday, May 10th. And tomorrow I see we have a very big day in Liberia. It's the last day for voter registration. So we'll be talking about that a little bit more, towards the end of the show because it's very important that we make sure all the voters register to vote in the remaining 9 counties. How are you doing today, though?
Well, I'm okay, and I'm set and ready to go. But just before we get into it, let's inform the public that tonight we have as guest on the show Mr. Warwick Bryan of the Unity Party. He's the chair for uh, recruitment,
Globalization, yeah.
mobilization, and recruitment at the Unity Party. So we're going to be having him tonight as guest, as our prime guest on the show tonight.
Oh, definitely. He will be coming on. It's going to be a wonderful conversation with him. And where's the rest of our panelists? I guess we can go ahead and bring them in so that we can start the show and get it rolling. To all our viewers, we want to say hello to you. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Welcome to the closing argument. We are very, very happy to have you on the closing argument today. It's going to be a wonderful program today. We'll be talking a lot about the trending issues. We, of course, have our special guest, and he will be here with us for a while. And after that, we will be focusing on national issues in the country. Keff Hassan, hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. You guys can hear me clearly?
Oh, we can definitely hear you very, very well. How is your
Okay.
Wednesday going? It's midweek, almost weekend time.
Yeah, Wednesday going great. Back in the days in Liberia, Wednesday we used to call it the ladies' night. That's
Ladies'
right,
night.
right, right, Tomalin?
Somebody, you remember ladies' night? You used to go out and hunt for ladies?
No, they used to call it happy hour. Wednesday was happy hour.
No, Wednesday our ladies' night. Oh,
Oh yeah, I thought that Thursday.
yeah, no, Wednesday.
Somebody, you
Then
already forgot
happy
among
hour
all
that
the social events you used to go to?
Saturday in the
Friday, I
afternoon.
thought it was Friday. It was Saturday.
Friday, Saturday happy hour.
Mm-hmm. And you used to be all over the place. Partying, hopping, all over the place. Liberia sweet, oh, as they say. Tomalin, how was your Wednesday, your midweek?
Well, as I said, I'm still trying to get adjusted back to my. When you travel out of this place for maybe a week or two is something. Everything just gets goes heads or scatter. So, but I'm trying to get adjusted. At least I'm done. I think the core
Now,
is not.
because you enjoy yourself too much in Liberia, that
Oh,
will go on.
I work too much, man. I was up all the time, most of the time. Imagine on the
You
summer.
work and you have fun too. You eat all that good food, the
Yeah,
GB,
but
the
at
jumbo.
end of the day, they they the food. I don't know whether the food or the weather. I got cold from there, and so forth.
So
But
that was a
it
good.
was a good time. At least I able to visit Nima for the first time in my life.
Oh, you never been to Nima prior to this trip?
Oh, my first time going to Nima, and
Oh,
I
wow.
went to Ganta, Saclapie, and so forth. So, and I was able to at least meet with all the major players besides President Weah, but I met all the major players taking part in this race. But I met President Weah lieutenants, and I met with all the major players. In fact, our guest tomorrow, the UP presidential vice presidential candidate,
On Friday.
On Friday, Senator Koung. Yeah, I was able to meet with him, and I went to his
Did he
hometown.
show you parts of Nima County
Oh
when
yeah,
you were with him?
I went to his hometown of Ganta,
Oh, okay.
and I also visited his where in fact where he lived. That house was built in the 1950s.
You kidding me?
I'm telling you, but he transformed that house into like a mini mansion. You see that house?
Wow.
Yeah, he said. You see that house? You won't believe that house was used by someone in the Tottenham era. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he transformed that house into a mini mansion. I was shocked. I said, "Wow, you won't believe that when you're in that house, you think you're in somewhere in America or somewhere. The house is transformed.
Wow. Is it like a two-story house?
It's like yeah, something like that, like a mini, like a
The
mansion.
old settlement houses?
Yeah, but you see, everything is transformed. The lights in the house, the lighting in the house, everything changed.
Right.
And yeah, it's all these China layer lights, but most of it from I think from he said he bought it from China, I think. Yeah, and so forth. And then visited where his the hospital he built for his in his children's name and turned over to the government. I visited that hospital too. Went to his farm, and I mean he was doing pretty good before he joined politics though.
Yeah, he
I
was.
don't know why he joined politics, but I think he would have done well in the private
In the
sector.
business, yeah.
Because I think that where he made his breaks from. Yeah, but then I also met with Yombly, Senator Kanga. We had
Mm-hmm.
I went to her house.
There's some echoes noise somewhere. I don't know where it's
Yeah,
coming from. Kev.
the guys are doing the grass.
Oh, oh yeah. I get that noise sometimes too. I
Yeah,
got you.
but I met Senator Yombly Kanga Lawrence, and in fact we had they had Dumbo, man. I saw the real battle take off.
Tell them to stop speaking. Tell you on your show. Let us stop.
Yeah, the poor care for that show. Yeah, but and then I met Dillon, I met McGill. Oh yeah, man, I was happy to see Minister McGill. I've not seen him since for almost a year.
How's his plan going for my Gibby?
McGill is. I'll tell you for a fact. If Citizen win, will because of McGill, McGibby. If they win McGibby because of McGill, I mean the guy is the way I'm from. He's grounded there. Uh, man, the guy is a hustle in the era. I mean, and that's I'll tell you for a fact. He dominated my Gibby. If the polls I saw, he's way in the way in the lead in the polls in my Gibby.
Really?
I'm telling you. I'll be honest with you. For
And
somebody to
PUP, doesn't PUP have a candidate running as well
PUP,
or
yeah,
no?
they are trying to fight him. Nukwe, his group, trying to go after him, but
But it seems PUP just endorsed CDC. So
yes,
how
but
are they fighting McGill? I don't understand that contradiction.
that's Nukwe and his group, but politics though. I'll tell you that politics, but even I saw McGill. I saw another video of him in Bassa. He made a strong show in Bassa too. So if CDC really put the acts together, I mean, they put the right people in place, they will put a stiff resistance, to the real elect against them who trying to take down other power. But I will tell you for a fact, election will be a tough election. The one will get it easily, and you got to depend on your ground game, your strategy. You got to fight for every vote counts. If you don't, if the good thing about it, NEC will we announced all the polling stations throughout the country. They'll put it in the newspaper, they'll publish it, and about 5,000 polling station. Every party that taking part will have about 5,000 or maybe times two, 10,000 observers at the polling stations. Because
That's true.
if you do not have a polling station that is being observed by your party,
That is true.
anybody. That way you talk about yeah, but if you have the place well manned, well protected, and the first three person after when the poll closes on election day, the first three top candidates will sign it, NEC or the magistrate will approve it, and then nowadays we know our results. Uh, 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 um, we know our results by the close of by midnight on October 10th. when people will know exactly, except you don't have your polling stations real manned. But if you have somebody there monitored, you will know your result by the close of election day. So before NEC even announced that 15 days grace period, we already know it.
That's true. I
Yeah.
serve as observer on several occasions. Have you ever served as an observer, Tomalin?
No, 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 no.
Well, it's gonna be exciting. If you in Liberia during the election time, you should try to sign up to be an observer. It's a very interesting process. Very interesting process to see everything unfold, the counting of the ballot and stuff like that. Very interesting. Hi, Dr. Peabody. How are you doing?
Great. Tell the guy forgot me because I was in the backstage for a minute, but but I'm back. Good to see you. Good to see Kev man and
You too.
Emily
And
George as well. Good to see
how's
everybody.
how's your midweek?
We've been a little busy, very busy, but I'm glad I'm on the show. I just got stuck in traffic a little bit, but I'm
Okay.
glad I made it back to the show. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, before we bring on our guest, I see that our president has arrived in Liberia. He arrived when did he arrive, Kev?
Yesterday
Was it yesterday evening or during the afternoon or what?
afternoon.
Oh,
Afternoon.
yesterday in the afternoon. Yeah, I saw there was a video footage of it, and I think we got a couple of clippings of him, his trip in the UK, and also him arriving in Liberia, and he had his cabinet members there to greet him. So I don't know if our producer has it to show it, and then we'll go over the rundown, and then we'll bring in our guest. So today we're going to be talking about, of course, we'll continue the conversation with the VP picks, Alexander Cummings and the CPP. I hope Tomalin got some new updates for us. The CPP convention, I think it's this weekend, is it, Tomalin? The CPP convention.
Yeah, it's this
And
weekend. This
okay, and
weekend.
Senator Koung had an interview today on OKFM. We'll be talking a little bit about that. Mayor Koji also had a press conference today. We will be talking a little bit of and also about some national issues whenever we can. The BVR process, the voter registration process ends tomorrow. So once again, to our many viewers, we would like to welcome you to the closing argument. This is a place where everybody is welcome to come and close their argument during this 2023 electoral process. We have had Unity Party guests on our show, which we have one today, and on Friday, we have had some CDC government officials on the program with us, and also Honorable Magdala Cooper has been on our show as well. So we look forward to having other political candidates there on Gonglo, and many other candidates. Mr. Cummings, we want to see our political candidates on the show, both at the presidential level, the political party level, our different chairs and elected officials at the party levels. We had Musa Ability on the show a few weeks ago as well. And would like to see our representative and senatorial aspirants who will be coming on the show. So the closing argument is for everybody. There will be time where we'll be talking about this party. The next we'll be talking about the next party, the ruling party, the different political parties. Everybody is welcome to come to the closing argument to close the argument. So let's get the show started. If the guest is ready, we can go ahead and bring in our guest. Okay. So that was our president arriving yesterday from the UK. Kev, do you have anything to say regarding the president's trip and his arrival into the country?
Well, the president trip was an open book. The executive mansion and announced the president was going by the invitation of the UK government that the president was going to the King Charles coronation, and it's open. Video, everything there. It's not hidden, so it's out there. He
Okay.
attended it and came back, and that's what you was watching is return to the country.
That's right. And I hope he had a good time. I trust he did have a good time. There is a photo I know that's circulating, and a lot of people don't understand that photo. If our producer have it, so we can just explain it because people are complaining and talking that the president did not attend the event. He was not in the picture. He was not invited. But that photo is a misunderstanding. People are circulating it around, which is a total misunderstanding of what the photo is about. So if our producer has it, they put it up. We can talk it for just about 30 seconds, and then we'll move on to having our guests come forward. Just to clarify the air, because I don't think that was fair with people circulating that photo all over the place about the president. But of course, we are in political season, so some people will say, things that really don't represent what it actually is. Producer, do you have that photo? Okay, there we go. This photo has been circulating. I even saw it again today on the social media. And Tomalin, can you explain what that photo is about? Because people all over are like, okay, where's the president? There's a very good reason why he was not even in that picture. Can you please explain that?
My understanding is that there was the pictures of the Commonwealth nations, members, the leaders of the Commonwealth that were invited. Most of these countries were they gained the independence from Great Britain, so they have the Commonwealth, and so they are taking that picture of Commonwealth nation with all members of that organization. And Liberia is not a member of the Commonwealth, so I don't expect the president of Liberia to be part of that picture. But like you said, it's politics. It's the political season is on, and people will throw any jab at you. So anything that comes their way, they will throw it. So
Exactly. And Tomalin, Dr. Peabody, do you want to add anything to why the photo is being circulated as is?
I said this before, and I'm going to say again. I think it just nonsense and waste of time. I don't think the president was invited, and he went to this. Like Tomalin said, countries that are part of the Commonwealth, uh, they were probably taking pic photos and stuff like that. But I believe Liberia was invited, and the president took advantage to go there. It was a one in a lifetime opportunity. Yes, people have the right to complain that it was expensive. Yes, it was expensive, especially with traveling, his private jet and the delegation is a lot of money. But if I was one of those, I would take it. It's a one in a lifetime moment. I will go, and maybe I will never have the opportunity to be at a coronation again. So it was a one in a lifetime opportunity. Why not take it? When he's talking to his children or grandchildren, he said, "I went to King Charles coronation." So I mean, he took advantage of it. That's a So I don't think we should be wasting our time on photos like there, Liberian people. Oh, the president not there. Some people printing. I think that's just political, and you gotta expect that around a time like this. You gotta expect it. But I mean, he took advantage, and went there. So the boy from
That's true.
Gibraltar, is attending a coronation of a king in England. I mean, tell me, that's
That's
that.
true.
You know.
That's true. Jeff, anything to add?
Well, I think listen to some of the folks who out there saying the president was invited. Sometimes uh, Liberians tend to belittle their own country without knowing it. They think it's politics. But that mindset of growing folks who we think should be intelligent to know to be smart enough, they want to use politics to just belittle their own country. And folks around, neighbors around Liberia, Latvian Liberians, sometimes we do come up with this kind of nonsense. Oh, the president was invited. Oh, the president sat to this place. Oh, the president. You sometimes wonder uh, what happened. I would say the war was Sierra Leone fought War Two, Rwanda fought War Two, but people are trying to put themselves in another uh, you know space in life in order to, and boost their mentality. They have to see things, but they just sometimes just talk. You wonder. The thing is politics, but you belittle your own country. You think you blame politics. They will laugh at you. You don't do that. The Americans do have a policy. When the president leave their country, they will not criticize you when you go there. But Liberians would do that. They would do that just to just denigrate their own country. And one of the things they will tell you, don't believe your own eyes, even though they say the president is saying with the footage coming out of UK, the president is there. They're telling you, no, the president not there. Then we'll take this thing and think it's politics. We're destroying our own nation. We are preparing a nation that the children that are coming after us will be liars too. We gotta be serious sometimes. Let's talk about the issue. Let's talk about the issue. But you'll leave the issue, talk about the trip or some other crazy people will say, "Oh, the president was sitting out among security." Come on, man.
No, we
Come on.
actually have a video of the president at the event, and I think across from him on the other aisle was, I think I saw the French president Macron, if I'm not mistaken. I think
That was
originally they
Macron.
said he was not going to be there, but I think I saw his face there, and he
Macron was
was
there.
directly across from
Yes.
President We are. If they can show that video, producer, can you show that video quickly, and then we'll move on. And while they're looking for that video clip, and Dr. Peabody mentioned the other day why it was important for the president to attend. What did the UK do for Liberia? You mentioned that the other day.
Uh, I'm not sure if I did mention about
Yeah,
the
he talked about our independence.
independence. We didn't get independence from.
No, you talk about how the UK recognized us. Didn't he talk about that? Great
No.
Yeah,
Britain.
I
No,
was looking for I was
I think
looking
he's
for
talking about
some I was
Who
looking
did?
for my
Tomalin.
I
Okay.
was looking for my document, but UK, to my surprise, UK doing a lot of stuff that is not out there. A lot of stuff. I think it's upstairs somewhere. I will
I think they
get
have
it for
help with
you.
the Coast Guard, Marine Base.
Yeah, they're doing some stuff
They
in
provided
Liberia
top
that
top they provided top boats, I think, for our Coast Guard Marine Base as well. And also the UK MSA have this scholarship program where you have a lot of Liberian students that go to Leeds University in the United Kingdom. I know a couple of folks, even the
Mo Ali,
Caribbean,
Mo
Mo
Ali,
Ali, Letchahu
Mo
Rennie,
Ali
they
went
all
to
went to
Leeds
United
University.
Kingdom. Yeah. A lot of them went there, and so but I mean, again, that was something that the president had to decide. Is it too expensive for me to go at this time? Or, he had to decide. I mean, the rumors around that, hey, people have been taking pay and the president is traveling. But as I said, it was in his budget. He can decide to go or not. But if I had the opportunity, I would love to go to the King coronation. I would love that, So why not take advantage? You sit in the chair, you have the power, you have the resources. Come on, go for it, man.
That's right. And I wish our
Let me
producer
talk
was
about
going
this.
to put
Let
the
me say what
video
this
up
thing is.
showing the president and the first lady at the coronation
Yeah,
event, which was held at Westminster Abbey, the church. And then from there, I think they went to Buckingham Palace. But this is the first coronation in since 1953 when Queen Elizabeth II was crowned queen. So her son, King Charles III, took over from her when she died last year, September 2022. And so the
there's
coronation,
some
which of course,
noise at the back. A lot of noise.
where is that noise coming from? Is it coming from me? I don't think it's
I
coming from
do.
me.
Can you mute
You want to mute and see?
Who, me?
Tomalin? Tomalin,
No noise on my end.
they mute. Just mute.
Jackie, I think coming for Jackie. Jackie, put
I
on
think
mute.
either Jackie or Tomalin because
No, not for
the
me.
mute is up.
All right,
Okay,
is it still
tell me
there?
mute. Tell me mute and see.
Jackie, there's any fan on behind you?
Tony, that's you.
Not me. Seriously, please quiet.
Still
Yeah,
there?
Jackie. It's Jackie. It's Jackie.
It's
Yeah.
Jackie. Yeah, it's coming
Exactly.
from Jackie.
We gotta make progress with times.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
No, but the only disappointment with the president, I mean, his critics are saying is that the Liberians, the Liberian in Britain, wanted to meet him, but he didn't. He didn't meet with them. So, but I tell you, one of the problems Liberians got it with the ambassador that in Great Britain. People have complained about her a lot. That Ambassador Gurley, who's I just happened to be the sister of the Speaker of the House.
Right.
I received several complaints about she and her husband treatment of Liberians staff at the embassy, but that for another
Wow.
day. But
Right.
she's I've not gotten good report about her. People have been complaining about her, how they treat the workers there. So perhaps you can never tell. Maybe they undermine the president meeting with Liberians because they would have perhaps expressed it to him. So anything could have happened, but the president, the Liberians in Britain wanted to meet with the president, and that wasn't possible. But the ambassador there, the story about her is not good from Liberians there. So whether
Oh,
they
wow.
undermine that meeting, we don't know. But Liberians complain that they weren't allowed to meet with the president. That's the only disappointment.
Right. Well, the president appointed her, so he can decide what to do with her. Now, with that being said, is our guest ready to come on? We have our guest today, the Unity Party Vice Chair for Mobilization, Mr. Worry Bryan, who will be here with us for about an hour to talk about the Unity Party after post the VSB ceremony. What's going on with the United Party right now and going forward now that we have a vice standard bearer. And of course, on Friday, we will have, as Tomalin said, the vice standard bearer of the United Party, JMP vice standard bearer, who is Jeremiah Koung, the senator of Nima County. He will be here with us on Friday. So to all our viewers, please share and let people know that the vice standard bearer will be here with us on Friday.
And just a program note that his appearance will be the first time he'll be appearing on a platform that is I consider it neutral
Diverse.
because diverse platform because I sense I told him this morning when we spoke I said you've been going on platform that are favorable to the Unity Party and so they treating you like ain't like a chicken egg. But coming on the closing argument, we have okay, Jackie here from the tag team, but here from the ruling establishment. Peabody and I, we are the only people here that are neutral. We don't have no party. I'm independent. Peabody is independent, and Sanvee he from the CPP. So it will be a first major challenge facing a more diverse panelist. So it will be interesting interaction with him on Friday because you'll be getting the tough questions, and I hope he come to prepare to interact with us and the Liberian people. But I expect to be a very interesting conversation with him on Friday.
Oh, definitely, definitely. His interviews have been interesting. Never. Oh, very, very interesting interview. So, can we bring our guest on time? It's far spent. It's 5:08 Eastern time and 9:08 in Liberia, in the heart of Monrovia, Liberia. Can we bring on our guest? And to our viewers, please click the like button and keep sharing the show.
Is the guest available now?
Producer, can we bring in the guest?
If the guys not ready, they'll be talking other training issues.
He said he's in the back, so I'm not sure what's going on.
I heard his internet was having problems.
Oh, internet again. Is it raining in Liberia?
That man from the opposition unity party. So they should be everything prepared, man. Yeah, yep. I mean,
Can he control the internet?
and by way of the announcement, the chairman of the CPP will, I think he'll be appearing on us because they go to convention on Friday, and he has committed to be appear on our platform either during the convention or the start of the convention. So I know before the show end, I will get a confirmation from Mr. Musa Hassan Bility. And I also spoke today with the chairman of the ruling CDC, the Honorable Marwa K. Malu Jr., and he has committed that they will have a member of the National Executive Committee also appearing here too. So have an interesting time. I mean, I will say again, we are here. We are. There's a platform that you face people that from different political divides. So you know got three partisans here. You got Jackie, Kev, and Ben. But Peabody and I, we are the only people who belong to nobody. Independent. We are free thinker. So
You're a free thinker. But pretty soon you will have to decide, right?
we'll
Jackie,
see.
I want to be an election observer. Where can I go to be election observer, Jackie?
Where can you what?
I want to be an
When are you
election.
going back to Liberia?
I could tell. I will tell you off air.
Yeah, so what you can do, look on NEC and see the dates where they're signing up the observers. But closing argument should sign up. Why can't all of us sign up? We get taxed for us.
That would be
If we
great.
make it, fine. If we don't make it, then hey.
We'll do
So
that.
we can sign up.
Definitely, we can do that.
Ben Sanvee can sign us up. Let him check since he's in Liberia. He can sign us
No,
up.
the chairman should be on US soil by now though. The chairman left
Or we
left.
can get our producer to go and get us tags. Since they're in Liberia. They can
But
get
let's
us
talk
tags.
about the other trending
Observer
issues
tags.
until they get the other trending issues.
Yeah, I just sent his number. He's having internet issues, so the studio should be calling him shortly.
Okay, okay.
So go ahead. Let me try and see if I can get him real quick and let
So
him know we'll be calling him.
we still keeping our eyes on. We still watching the CPP camp. They don't up to now. We have not heard of a VP pick. And last time I heard from I think on a local radio station today, Mr. Wisner, he said that they have come down to three names, from 24 to three names. So we're still waiting to hear the three names. Who will be the final pick? But it's getting interesting because, like I said on previous shows and the platforms, election will really get interesting in July. Right now, people just throwing shades up there, but knowing from Liberian elections that we have followed, since 85, 97, 2005, 2011, 17, the real battle starts in July. By that time, all the candidates, all the tickets are formed, and people making their case. Okay, we expect to see the CDC on the campaign trail, President Weah, Madam Taylor, and all the other members of the party making the case why they should be given another 6 years. And then you see Tiawan Gonglo, a human rights lawyer, will be making his case why CDC shouldn't be given 6 years and why he should be given about the 6 years. It's Cummings and Boyka, and we'll see. And Mr. Kamara from our corp. So it'll be interesting and very interesting the next when we get in the month of July. But I can tell you for a fact, based on what I've seen, this one of the most consequential elections in our country will be very, very nasty. It will be nasty. You will find family members going against each other, friends of years, on high school days, on childhood days, they will go at each other.
In the
And
last days,
yes, it will be tough. People will really be battling.
There'll
You
be
hear all the
roaches.
mudslinging, all this stuff going on, people lies, misinformation. You hear everything.
Mm,
So get ready. If you have thin skin, it's not for you. But if you're strong, you will be there making the case because everybody wants the voice to be heard. So we'll see what happens in the next 153 days. We got to election, so it's getting closer.
really. But it's really interesting. Today I had the opportunity to listen to a program and they were talking about opposition unity, and it was really sad when I seen folks from the Unity Party and other party was going back and forth at each other. I mean, shedding blame and who, why did not come together. I listened to Frank Sinwala, who's a journalist as well. He was talking that, and it was very sad because in order to, most of the opposition thing, they're just going to come on and be able to remove President. We are like that, But without that unity, opposition unity, it's going to be very difficult, and it has boiled down to a lot of things. There's a lot of bad blood. There's a lot of other things. What I'm concerned about, Senator Koung was offered the vice president position. Why, for me, too many, I want to know why she won't accept something like that. Is it because of the friction that exists? Existed during the framework document issue? Why you think she will not accept a position like that? That was a historical thought. I mean, if you become vice president, I mean, or even if you were nominated, history will go and tell and say that, look, she was once a vice presidential candidate with so and so party. Why do you think she will reject something like that?
But, no, but let me say this though. Don't forget though, for 3 years, Senator Kanga and others, they were with the in the CPP. They stayed together. When they broke away, they went. They blamed Mr. Cummings and the ANC of helping to split the Liberty Party. So all the bad blood was there still. And another thing is that I don't want to say that she's completely out of the negotiation. I don't want to think so. But don't forget, it's it's a very tricky time. You gotta be very mindful and strategic because one thing is I'm hearing from one source is that just in case they're saying, well, we struggle with CPP and Cummings, I mean, and Boyka for 3 years. In case Boyka wins the election and we're not part of it, tomorrow who will be at the front row seat, forming the government and so forth. We have no part to play in it. Our work we did over the last 3 years will be in vain. So another one say we don't know if we go to ANC and CPP and Cummings, and if they don't win, our chances for 2029 re-election will be in jeopardy. Another one say, well, we could go to Cummings and CPP, and maybe they'll win, and we'll be making the right decision. So everyone right now they are weighing every option because our politics is local, is based on geographic reality, and so everybody's watching and see what's happening. So that's why you see people are very skeptical about the decision they're going to make.
Can we put his photo up though? Is it possible? Or okay, Mr. Bryant, welcome to the closing argument. Hello?
But it's not going to be any different with the internet. If he can't get on the internet, WhatsApp may not help him. The only thing that he can do right now is to do it through a direct phone line.
Yeah, he
So,
has a local number, so Yeba can just call him.
yeah, I think it'll be the right thing to do it through the direct phone line.
Yeah, so you were saying, Tomalin?
Yeah, so right now, and that's what's happening though. It's not a matter of people refusing. People are looking. Everyone wants to win, and it's in the called power. People look when people have tasted power, they are seeing it. Especially these people who saw Manasali 12 years, and the people who have seen President we have 6 years. Everybody want to be part of that when the time comes to be part of that process, that winning team, where
Exactly.
you have a voice. You can
Exactly.
you can be a senator, but say, look, uh, at least when they form the government, yeah, some cabinet posts, some other posts will come from my party too. So all the things you want to negotiate, all the stuff involved. So people don't want you want to see. So they rather weigh the option to see whether if they join this team they will win. We don't know whether we'll win or not, or if we join this team, and then it's like, oh, all of a sudden you left, okay? Because once you join the CPP, you definitely got to attack a JMB team. You got a ticket. You got to attack. You can't say you'll be a presidential race and you'll be showing love. No, it'll be you have an attack. So if Yombly is coming on the same ticket, they will throw punches. They will throw punches at we are and Jua. They will throw punches at JMB and Koung. So and they will get nasty. So all the things put weight in it. And so it's hard. It's a hard thing to do though. But again, I think coming from what I'm getting, okay, last three people he have brought down with, I think they are good candidates. I think they can deliver for CPP from the counties they come from. The counties they are coming from, they are from both rich counties. So I mean, if
The
we can,
idea,
I hear that the former Senator Finlay, Bazanga Finlay, is on the
yeah, it's
list.
not. But some guys from Bassa and
But
from
then
and
Bazanga
Yala.
going to give up his opportunity to
I
run
mean,
for Senate.
we don't know, but you got Herman Yala from Bon County or Bon's of Rich County too, and then so.
Henry
But the thing,
Yala is a senator too, right?
no, he's your former senator, but
Oh, he's
Yala,
a former senator.
but
Okay.
Yala is close to the Kuhn and other guys. So I don't know what up Yala with, but he and Kuhn very close. Whether he will leave Kuhn to join, we don't know. A lot of things
well,
happening.
that's a great opportunity for anyone,
Yeah, so
to be picked as a running mate to presidential candidate. I mean, for me, I see it as a very great opportunity. So nobody knows who's going to win this election.
exactly.
Even
So
though there
anybody
are
telling you
people,
say they will win first round or win,
yeah,
they,
people
they, they
that's
just
claiming
they're
being
dreaming
entitled
because
already, but I think you can just to really the city. Don't forget that CDC is an incumbent. They are incumbent, and they do have support too.
of course.
So for you to just come up there and think you go you name a vice president, and the election over, we're going to vote. To my Liberian people, when they come, oh yeah, I got you. I'm voting for this person, and wait the election day, and then you will see the shock. So I don't think people should start claiming anything that they already won. But we're looking forward. I think those are great names, and we're looking forward to see what come up this weekend from the convention on naming of those candidates. Tomalin. But Tomalin, what's up? There was Jackie said there was a press conference today about some the mayor of Morovia, Jefferson Cochi.
Oh,
Kev can talk to that.
I heard the chief of security of the Montreal City Corporation. I know Conor Gallo. He just left the U.S. I heard him making some startling revelations about people trying to force him to speak against to undermine his boss and other officials. Uh, and he made some revelations today. I listened to the press conference, but I think it got caught up. Have with a lawyer, Councilor Arthur Johnson, and but what I heard from him, the others I don't know, but those involved, if I mean we haven't heard from them. I haven't heard from them, but if what he's saying is true, is very concerning. We one thing I tell people, the last thing you want to do is to even if I don't like you, I shouldn't lie on you. I shouldn't to lie, tell a lie about you or so forth. But I hope we can invite Colonel Gallo or Mayor Koji or Mr. Councilor Johnson. I mean, sometime next week, so we can find out from them what's up all about these recordings that are taking place. And I don't know what all the recordings people do, man. I don't understand. People record. Well, maybe Kev have more thought about
Kev
more
should Kev probably
information,
should have more details.
but like Kev people then. So
Details. No, it's out there, and it's out there. Is this uh, politics of trying to frame people because there are some people feel that the only way their voices can be heard. The only way they feel it can be relevant is to try to frame, and this is very very dangerous, very dangerous, and uh, to frame Koji. Uh, they try they try to uh,
The time
one.
which is, I will buy a plane ticket and I will give you some cash for you to be in the hotel. So I gave him the information. I said, time is not in my favor. The program already
So
started.
who are we looking at?
We just put him told the Warrior City government, he gave instruction to King
Is
to
that a
Andrew
police director?
that he should
Yeah,
come
from
and play
Memorial City
ticket and give
Corporation.
him money for the number of days I'll be staying.
Okay, so this is the recording
It was not
that
a
was
Wednesday when
going to
Chester
be
called
from the
me.
MCC,
He said, brother, how are you? They started to have a friendly conversation on the phone.
and this is the
He
police
started to bring in
director.
about Valley Claire, about Brother Suska, and he was in the press conference that conducted. He started to add that, he said, you know, he was educating me, showing my mistakes, and what I said, only some other guy. I cannot continue communication on the phone. He said, okay, but I'll give you Congress one number for you to speak to him. So I went to ask him, I said, where's Congress? He said, no, when you finish with the steering, when you reach home, or at the point, when you address, then you call me, we talk. So I didn't call him back. I left the country on the 12th of April, the day of my wife's birthday. And the day I obtained my visa, it was on the 9th of April. It was the same 9th of April I got suspended. Time indefinite, I said a black road, it was on the same 9th of April. And the 9th of April was my anniversary. So I told her, I said, but I don't really know what happened. Then 9th of April, I got married. The 9th of April, I got suspended. They said a black road on the bypass, on the back road at Congress. I stopped a road group for coming up. And they say 9th of April, I obtained visa. I think we need to celebrate the 9th of April. So we all laugh about it. I left the country on the 12th of my birthday. When I get to the United States, some of you saw all of my posts and then posting that I'm in fire school, because I don't want people to know my whereabouts after my conference and training. So when I got through with the training, I posted a photo. Thank God for a successful conference and training. Because I wish that session I could call me. He said, oh, you can't remember ever since you refused to call me? So I said, I was busy with the conference and training. He said, okay, but where are you now? I said, I'm staying at the hotel. He said, what's the time period?
Okay.
In the hotel. I said, right after the conference was on the leave. But I was going to be here from now to the 18th of this month, May. So he said, okay, I will send somebody to you at the hotel to pick it up. So you can
Okay,
be there.
well,
For you to
that's
wear
the
around.
voice of the police director of for MCC, correct?
Yes.
So I am, until we can get the guests in, I am a little bit confused. What is all this back and forth about? This man works for the MCC. He came to the States. He said he was suspended at the time. And did he try to seek political asylum? I mean, what is going on here between him and the people he met over here? And also, he came for a conference, right? To
Yeah,
Atlanta. He was here
that's
in Georgia for a conference. So, how did it switch from that to political asylum to recordings to him going back to Liberia? I mean, the whole thing is confusing.
well. That's what he said. But from what I've gathered from the recordings I heard, that's what I'm hearing though. From what I've heard so far, is that he called the names of there's a guy called Sheikh Shakal. I
Right.
think yeah, I think the guy who accused the president of with doing some election stuff with the president. He accused him, and then he mentioned the former TRC chairman Verdia. He mentioned the CEO of Spoon. He mentioned Fagon. He mentioned one another guy in Homeland Security called Alvin Smith. He said he met all these people, and it all was according to him. He said they were trying to tell him that he should uh, tell them about Gloria Scott, the incident with Gloria Scott, that murder that took place at her home, and all that he know from happening in the MCC. They were telling him, according to him, the guy from Lidges, what the boy name, Smith,
Williams?
the guy who accused uh,
Williams, I think it,
yeah,
Alex.
that's William. He said he met all of them, they're all involved, and they told him that he should talk about what's happening in MCC, and they will help him to get his wife out of Liberia, and they will get him asylum and so forth. And so they came to Jersey, to Wawa, and he met all these people I called. He met them, and the money was offered, and told him they wanted him to talk. So, but doing all of this, so based on all of these things, he found that he couldn't. He said he wouldn't fall for what they were saying. So he managed to left to come and return to Liberia, but he recorded. There's some recordings. So, but the guys he called and the names he called, I've not heard from them yet. So, but I just quoting what I heard from him and the last time Koji and a lawyer talked about this. But I don't know. But I heard that Koji is on his way to the states. I think where he pursue some legal remedy from a legal redress. So we don't know. But hopefully we can get Mr. Konagalo here or his lawyer or Koji. But I think Kev will know a lot of it because Kev people then. So maybe Kev know a lot about what's happening.
Are you ready, Yeba? So this conversation is very interesting. After our guests leave, we'll pick up from where we left off. Is he
Absolutely.
ready now, Yeba? You are mute, Yeba. Can we put his photo up so at least we can see his photo? Mr. Bryant, welcome to the closing argument. I'm so sorry that we are having technical difficulties with you and the internet in Liberia. But welcome. So we will do our best to talk to you via telephone. He's gone off again. I'm not sure what is going on.
Gallo waiting to come
Okay.
on our show. Maybe sometime Kev will leave that with you, and then he can come on and talk about it. But to me, how did this? Did he recall the conversation he had with them? Is that what he was saying?
Yeah, I think he recorded some of the conversation, and uh, but I think then
Are
when
we
Kev,
ready, Yeba? Okay, but then don't go off again because every time we start to talk, you go off. Please. Mr. Bryant. Mr. Bryant, can you hear us? Okay. Okay, definitely. Welcome, Mr. Bryan, to the closing argument once more. The vice chair for mobilization for the Unity Party, national vice chair. We are happy to have you on our show today. And once again, sorry for the interruptions, the technical difficulties that you are facing on your end. At this time, we have our panelists on the show, Mr. Keff Hassan, Chief Tomalin George, and Dr. Henry Peabody on the show, and of course, me. So, can you please go ahead and give your intro? He's gone again. I don't know why we keep going in and out.
The internet not working. The telephone not working. The WhatsApp not working. What's
Is
going
our
on?
studio? Are you having internet problems as well? Because you keep going in and out. But why do you keep going in and out? Yeba, just stay on, please. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Brian, can you please go ahead and do your intro? Once again, welcome for the fifth time. I see, and tell us who you are. Go ahead. Is he on directly or via WhatsApp? Why wouldn't you call him directly? Wouldn't the line be clearer? Or no? Because it seems he's going in and out on WhatsApp as well. Or he can go ahead and talk, and you can everybody hear him clearly.
Nah, he not sounding good.
Yeah.
I think he went off.
Yeah, rearrange that thing. That's because I don't think we're gonna go far with that. You want the power your internet get in trouble. You better upgrade.
Jackie,
I
yeah,
think I
that's
think I think you need to be to reschedule him because with time
Yeah, we have his photo
we
up, but we don't have his voice. Let's try one last time. Okay, so that's him talking. Okay, Mr. Brian, that's you talking. So you sound good. Well, who was talking just now? Was that Yeba?
Arana.
Oh, that Randall. What did he say? Is it is it much better? We can just have him on real quickly because the internet, if it's possible, if not, we'll have to reschedule. Okay. If not, we'll just have to reschedule. Okay. So we'll wait on you. We'll continue our conversation. All right. So, Dr. Peabody, I think you were talking, you were saying something regarding this situation because I am still confused. I think you were asking a question, Dr. Peabody. Are you listening? Are you on? Dr. Peabody?
yes. I'm here. I was on the
Oh,
phone.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry, you were on the phone.
yeah, yeah. Go ahead with your question, Jackie.
No, I said you were asking a question before the guest
Yeah, I
came
was
on.
I was asking how did that whole thing happen? Did somebody go ahead and record their friend and then play the message? How did he get connected? How did people tell him that he was going to I mean get his family in America to stay? How did all that come about? Kev.
well he was a friend of Sheikh Sakwa, and Sheikh Sakwa is like a older guy to him. Well, Sheikh Sakwa heard that he was in America. He contacted him, and they started to talk. It's when all this scheme started
Mm,
to sway him to build up a story against Jefferson Koji on this Mususkat issue, that he can act like he um, I will send the producer his resignation letter, and you see how they drafted that. So when Sheck met him, explained to him, being a security guy, he smelled something and he contacted his boss and said, "Hey, this thing going down. This guy didn't contact me." So what he did, he said, "You know what? I will flow with them and get them and get their recording." So Sheikh Sako brought in Stanton Waterspoon, Jerome Verdier, Fagon, and they contacted Kofa and the whole cabal, that whole group. And Sheikh took him to New Jersey to the favorite Wawa, and we all know Wawa. That's where Stanton normally go.
That's a convenience store. For the viewers in Liberia, we got to say what Wawa is. That's
Yeah,
a
Wawa is
gas
convenience store.
station, like a Total gas station.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
yes.
it's like a Total.
So um, they met him there, and they decide to organize this crime.
Okay, they
The
met
first
him. What is the police director name? Just for the
Thomas
viewers.
Thomas Goa
Gato or something?
Gago
Goa?
Yeah,
Thomas Gallo.
Gallo, Thomas Gallo. Yeah. So they met him. They met him there with he and a Sheikh Sakos, because Sheikh brought him there, and
Mm-hmm.
then Anton Fagon and others met him there, and they start the planning. So he being a security guy, and he said, "Look, let me call back home and let my people know that there's a big plan here. They wanted to sway him, so he decided to record them. Every details, every discussion, and he to play along with them. Everything is a complete organized crime. So the MCC, the police director, will snitch and say Koji is the killer, Koji is this, all that plan from Jerome Verdier, Stanton, all that plan. And he decided to put them on tape. And that's why everything is out there. So it's an organized crime for them to uh, kind of put Koji on the Manisky list so he can be sanctioned. And that's how they got these other guys into, organizing and putting people's name on sanction in the name of bringing this government down.
Wow.
Okay, so Kev, I am confused. I'm still confused. This man is coming for a program to Georgia. These people live in completely different states.
Mm-hmm.
How did he make contact with them? And how did the conversation because he could have just gone to meet his friends or whosoever his friends were and said, look, I'm just here, I'm for training, just want to hang out with you guys if he wanted to, and then go back home. How
Mm-hmm.
did the conversation change? In fact, how did he contact them to begin with? And how did the
We,
conversation change from
I say this to
hello
you. Uh,
to something else?
I say, I
How did,
explained
and
to
they did
you.
their recording as well. The other side did their recording as well. So how did this whole conversation change? Was it premeditated on his side, to say, okay, I will see if I can lower these guys in and see if they will take the fall for it? Because if I come to you and I say, oh, you and I are friends, we eat dabagi, or we eat fufu and soup, or we eat dry rice, or we have fun, we go out, we have fun, we leave. So how did a conversation change for it to get to the point where it is today? I think that's the mix-up part where people don't seem to understand.
People who don't seem to understand, I don't think they understand the crime.
How did he end up in New Jersey
Wait,
at Wawa?
let me explain that now.
Right,
People
because he
don't
came
seem
to Georgia.
people don't seem to understand because they don't understand the organized crime. I'm telling you, but as I'm saying, Sheikh Sakor and
Yeah, and he was
this
friend. Yeah, you said that.
and Thomas are friend. Sheikh Sakor is belong to the organized crime with Stanton, Waterspoon, and them. He called him up. He brought that discussion to him. He did
Who
that.
called who now? Who called who?
Sheikh Sakor called Thomas. He took him and brought him to Jersey. He called him up. And when he called him, he explained those things. The first thing he said, "Hey, my man, hi, your men are there, killing people." So he asked him, "Who man?" He said, "Oh, you want cover for your boss?" He there, you yourself, you start talking. So he realized that what's going on. But he made a proposal. We can get you on asylum here. We can do it's all on the tape. Get you asylum. We can help you. We can do this. You don't have to go back. You want Peking. That because sex I call Peking. You want Peking. I can help you. We have Congress One. Congress One. You know who is Congress One? Is Jeru there. You say we have. You can ask how you can help me now. You say Congress One, Jeru there.
Okay, we have
So
something on the
being a
screen.
security-minded guy now, he start putting one and one together. He know this is organized crime.
But I have Jackie asked a good question though, and I saw on Sheikh Sakor's page. Now,
Hmm.
the communication between Gallo and Sheikh Sakor when he was still in Liberia,
Right.
when he got his visa. So, I mean, we gotta look at it very critically because he was like I know he said he's a friend, but you're communicating with this guy prior to him coming from Liberia. You're
Of
communicating, you
course,
know,
yes, yes.
yeah. But
You,
then he
they,
went to the
they, they
conference.
had, but listen, they had communication. They had
Yeah,
communication. You remember, Sheikh Saka was in the security. He was part of the joint security in Liberia. Remember,
Yeah,
he
but
was
this
part of the
guy
joint security.
contacted
That
Sheikh.
is
Sheikh
man.
didn't
So
know he was coming to the States.
they normally have discussion.
So on the
Remember, they had
screen is a
discussion.
resignation letter that was drafted. I don't see a signature.
Okay,
Obviously, the gentleman, the police director, still works for the MCC because he returned home. So
okay, but
evidently, he
Jackie,
didn't go through with the
Jackie,
resignation letter. No, I'm just talking
Jackie.
about what is on the screen, what the producer
No,
put on the screen.
But Jackie,
Yeah.
you got to wait. Don't explain it. You got to let me explain how that letter came about. Open
Okay.
that letter. Open that letter. Look on top of it. You will see where the email from. So please look at it when you're looking. The email, where the email comes from, and who the email going to. Let's look at it
Okay.
and read it for the public. Where the email coming from?
I can see the screen
But
too
does
well.
anyone have Jerome Further number we can call and find out whether
No,
this?
no, wait. Let's
So
do one on one to get. Let's start. No, let's
I
make the people
cannot
understand.
see I cannot
We
see
shouldn't
the
jump.
screen
We
too
shouldn't jump
well.
on it. Okay. When you look at it, if you look at it, you
I did
looking.
hear, Kev, I
Okay,
did hear one of
Jackie,
the
I will not.
recordings where the
Jackie,
guy talked about a
Jackie,
resignation letter, the police
Jackie, I'm
director
not.
himself.
Will not proceed. Somebody should look at our resignation letter and look at where the email from and who the email going to. Then we can move so our people can get the full story. So we can be
Okay,
jumping
it
all
says
over.
Sakor from what I can see.
Yes, the email from Sheikh Sakor to who? The email
It's
going
going to
to.
Verdia.
The email going to Verda,
Okay,
correct. That's why
all
I
right.
want you to understand.
So,
That's the
but
crime
Kev,
there.
Well, we
okay,
No,
cannot.
no.
What I
Kev,
think.
but
So
land. So I'm trying to understand where you're
no,
going.
yes, let me explain it now. Sheikh Sakor drafted that email. Matter of fact, Fagon claimed that he did some changes in there. So Sheikh now took that resignation letter, sent it to Jeru Vardia, and
Okay,
then they call him now. They wanted him to sign it, and then where he refused.
okay,
So that's where. So you have to understand that they drafted it. They did everything. So when you look at it, Sheikh drafted that resignation letter. So they want him to sign it, and they wanted for him to go on Spoon. After he signed it, he should go on Spoon and start talking.
But let's call him and find out for him. Can we call him? Can we call Jerome Verder as well? What's the other name? All the
No,
names.
but you don't need to call you tape your own for their own voice on the tape. Listen to the tape. Listen
but
to the tape.
Kev,
Where
here's
you
the thing,
But
his voice
and
there.
here's the thing. Here's the thing, and I'm trying to look at this from a holistic point of view. This man is in Liberia. He said he got married the same day, got suspended the same day, got his visa the same day, and I think 3 days later he came to the States.
I want
On
them
his
to
video,
post.
he had to have
I want
made
you to post
contact.
the email up where it coming from because I'm not seeing it
We
showing.
already said where it's coming from. It's
No,
coming from
no,
the
for the
email
audience because it's
shows.
online. For the audience, what the email part
Oh,
need to
okay.
show for the
But
audience because it's
before we get
okay.
to this
Good,
resignation letter
good. I want the audience to see the email. Check Sakor to
to
Jerome
Jerome
Verdier.
Verdia, it's clear. But before we
Yes.
get to the resignation letter, this guy is suspended. The police director, he suspended. He said on in his own words, he suspended. He got married the same day. He got his visa the same day. 3 days later, he comes to America for a conference. I think his
No, he
visa.
was suspended. You were talking. What you were trying to say was that he got suspended last year, April 9th. He
Oh,
got
okay.
married April 9th, and then he got his visa April 9th. But
Oh, last year or this year?
last year he got. I remember the incident when he parked it, when he blocked. I think he blocked Councilor Good car, and
Yes.
yeah, so he got suspended for obstructing traffic, something like that.
Oh, you
Yeah,
mean on the same April 9
April
between
Well,
9th.
last year and this
something.
year?
Yeah,
That
so
was
Okay,
a recollection. Like
okay,
perhaps something. After one
okay.
year, April 9,
I,
April 9, April 9. That
oh,
But
I
coincided.
got
in
you.
other words, what he was saying, what he was trying, he's saying is what Harry saying today was that they flew in from Atlanta, they brought him to Pennsylvania, and took him to New Jersey to meet with Stanton and other guys, and they told him and they wanted information from him concerning Gloria case or so forth. That's what he's saying. But I cannot independently verify because I've not heard from the other side, the other side of the other guys. But the
No,
recording
but
I heard.
Tomlin, you need to listen to the. This is not you say I say discussion. This is they on record. They recorded them. They
Can
on
we play
tape.
that
It's not
recording
you
so
say I
our
say.
But
when
there
I
are
put it,
two sides to the
Yeah, yeah,
recording. It all
recording
depends what was released to the public, though.
yeah.
They, they,
I mean,
they,
there's two sides
there's
to
two
every
sides to the
story.
recording. The
Yes.
other side has its own recording. This guy released certain portion of his recording as well, and it seems like he was playing along with this. It seems like this is something that he invited. So is it that he was trying to set these people
No,
up
Jackie, we
and
shouldn't.
record them, or were
Ja-
these people and these people were genuinely trying to help him based on what he told them? Because from one of the recordings he said, well, I cannot do my resignation letter, I cannot sign it right now until they send the funds to my wife so that she can leave the country, because I need to make sure my family is safe. That is part of the recording. So there are bits and pieces of the recording that from both sides that have been released to the public, and so it makes it difficult for us to get a holistic picture as to what really
Jackie,
transpired.
good try. Jackie,
No,
good
no, no.
try.
I'm
But
looking
let me
at
tell
it
you,
from
good
a
try.
holistic
You
perspective.
stop this.
How did
Stop
this
this.
man leave
Stop
from
this.
training? Okay,
No,
I
stop
want you
this.
to answer this
Jackie,
question, Kev.
Jackie, Jackie,
How did
stop
he
this.
leave from
Ja-
training to
Jackie,
engaging in a
Jack,
conversation for
Jackie,
political asylum?
Jackie,
Please
you
answer
just
that
don't want the
question.
Jackie, stop this. He just want to put that's the problem we get in Liberia. That's the problem.
Kev,
And
you are giving one side as
that's
you
the same
understand.
problem. That's the same problem
No,
that
Kev,
brought war.
Kev,
You're hearing these people.
what war got to do with this?
I'm telling you,
War has nothing to do with
because you
this.
know what war got to do with this? You hear people organizing to put a young man to destroy a young man's life, which is Koji. You're hearing the organized crime. You hear the voice of Jerome
But
Verdier.
who's volunteering information is the police director. Who told
He
him to
not
go and
volunteer,
visit these people?
He not volunteer no
Yeah,
information.
he did. Who told him to even go
No,
visit them? Nobody told. Nobody sent him
okay,
to New Jersey. This man came to
Jackie,
Atlanta.
I will not
How
play
did
this
he
game.
end up
I
in
will
the
not play
hands
this
of
game.
these people?
I'm telling you that they call him. Then you say
He
who
didn't have
volunteer?
to go. Did he? Even
Who
if they
volunteer?
asked him, even
No,
if they
Jackie,
asked him any question,
we don't play
did
that game
he
here.
have
We
to
don't
say
play that game
anything?
here.
He didn't
That
have
game
to say
we cannot
anything.
Jackie, we cannot play that game.
But
I,
Kev,
I assume
Kev,
you're a decent woman. Should
Kev,
should should listen to the tape. Should
Kev,
listen to the
I
tape.
have listened to
No,
both
listen to the
sides
tape
of some
and
of
don't
the
say
tips.
what about the plan? What about the plan to destroy Koji life? What
Listen,
about the
what
plan to
about the
destroy Koji
plan?
life? That's the
Listen,
big thing we need to talk
Koji
about.
is
Don't tell me you
protected.
don't
I'm
have to
not
go
worried
there.
about Jefferson Koji. He is
Don't tell me
protected. I'm not
when
worried about him.
somebody want
We are
information,
talking.
they go and get it. This is a complete plot to destroy
Tomalin,
Koji life.
chime in here, please.
It's a complete plot
Chime
to
in.
destroy Koji life. The
like I
thing is
said,
out there. The thing is out there. The thing you see. This is why. This is the thing they're doing in that country, and the reason why this thing continue to go like this. Because Jackie, you're saying the truth. You're saying the truth because it's benefiting your party. It benefiting
This
your
thing has
area,
nothing
and
to
you
do
covering
about other
and you
party. We
covering
are
it. This
talking
is a complete
about
disgrace.
how
It's a
did the
disgrace.
police director
Can
end
we
up
It's a
play that
giving
tape?
disgrace.
Can we
When you
play
get
the
information to
tape
these
again, Jackie?
people when he was in Georgia? That's the question I keep asking. He
Let's
could have
let's play,
come
let's
here,
play.
done his screening, got back on the plane and left.
Jackie, I think it would only help if we listen to the tape in its
I
totality.
listened to some of it.
Okay, let's listen to the tape in
I
its
listened to the
totality,
guy's
and then
voice
we can make
saying, I am going to sign a letter, but I can only sign it if they send the money to my family. He said it.
okay.
he said it on your honor. He said your honor duress when he said it.
He
Your
didn't
honor.
say anything about
But
duress.
at one point in
That
time,
portion of the
like,
conversation.
for today's conversation, I heard him saying that they refused to give him his, I think, his phone. He said they had his phone hostage, and they refused to give him his phone. So he wanted to get his phone or something. But what the thing is this though, uh, that people are saying the best thing to hear. I want to hear the part where that kept telling us who part of the tape we want for to play. We play that. We play that part,
Yeah,
and
that
so
kept.
yeah, who part of the tape we want for to play so that we can to justify that these guys were they have a plot they're plotting against evil against Koji. Which part of the tape we can play so we hear for the public to hear it too.
And then, if possible, if we have phone numbers to call some of these folks, call Gao, the
Kev,
guy
do
who
you
is
have any
Gao.
number,
You
Tomalin?
know,
Do you have
that we
any
can
number
reach
to call
Gao.
anyone?
Well, I just reached out to Council of Radio. He has not responded yet. To find out I mean. But I can say this though, if what Gawa is saying, all this tip I hear on the tip, if my friend and brother Stenner is Stenner, if he really involved, I think he gotta be careful because there's a violation of his bill. He should. I hope he know what he's doing because it's spelling his bill. This kind of thing he shouldn't be involved in such a thing. I hope he know what he's doing because this can messing up more. So I hope he's really not involved. Because the guy said he was involved, he met him, but I hope what this guy is saying is not true because it can get him in big trouble. Because if you read his bill that got him off that he's president on right now, he shouldn't even be involved in such a thing. It's spelled out in his bill, in his bond rather. So I hope he knows what he's doing, but it's
I
a serious
understand
thing.
Gao is on another radio station explaining his side right now as we
Your
speak.
call guy will talk.
He's on Freedom FM, so I don't know how long he will be on there. If he has the time, if you have his number, can you give him a call and see if he
Yeah.
can come on just for a few minutes to explain his side? It is
I would like to hear from other parties. There are two sides.
two
Yes.
sides to the story.
There are two
Exactly.
sides to every story, and
Exactly.
I would want to hear the other side. They may have recorded. I understand. Fagon did a post today
The
in
other
response
side
to that.
has their own recording too.
I didn't listen to that. I wish we had a tip to
I
play.
listened to a portion of it that he
Okay.
played today.
So what you hear him say on his tape?
The few minutes I listened to, he played Garo having a conversation with someone who is on the ground in Liberia. I think this is the mediator between them, the guy who's supposed to organize everything with his wife, getting his wife out of the country. So he mentioned how he was in Philly somewhere, a place where he wasn't too comfortable being there, and he said he wanted the process to speed up. He said that they pushing him to do the resignation letter, but he does not want to do the resignation letter until he is sure that his family leaves Liberia.
But why push somebody to do resignation letter?
No,
So
but
No,
then
he
Valley, listen now.
said that in order for him to tell his story, he needs to be on the show, but they didn't want to bring him on the show until he did the resignation letter. And then also, from my understanding, from what he said, there was some financial support that was given to him. So he did acknowledge receiving some money.
But
And
Jackie,
then he said, and then there was supposed to be another set of money. This is from Gao himself, his recording. He said that there was also be some other money, I think the tune of $5,000 or $3,000 that's supposed to be sent to Liberia to his wife to make sure that his wife leaves the country. So Gao was saying, well, with Henry Costa left Liberia via Sierra Leone. And so the other guy on the other line said, no, don't do Sierra Leone. Because if you do Sierra Leone, they can catch people there quickly. The Liberian government can catch people in Sierra Leone very, very quickly. Will route your wife through another country, but not through Sierra Leone. So Gawo said, but Henry Costa did it successfully. And the man responded by saying, but Henry Costa already had his plane ticket. When he arrived in Sierra Leone, he went straight to the airport and he left the country. Whereas when your family go to Sierra Leone, it's not going to be immediate for them to leave the country. So we cannot let them leave
but yes, it
via Sierra
that's
Leone.
what Gao said on his tip, right?
This is Gawo's recording that
He said on tape.
If I can play.
from Falcon.
But Falcon, what did Falcon respond for that? So let's look at it this way. So it means there were folks that were willing to pay him to make up story. Is that what?
And then when Gawo got off the phone, with the other guy, he said, this is the voice of so so and so, which means,
Soko Saka Jr.,
yes, Soko Saka Jr.
a former
So he
NSA
said, this is the voice of Soko Saka Jr., which means Gawo was there recording the entire conversation, because when he got off the phone, he said, Chief. And he said, Chief, this is the voice of Soko Saka Jr.
So
So
then,
that, so that means that all the Gawa is saying that the plan, what we're planning for him, he was not part of it. He wasn't in favor of it, but he already amongst them. So he started to record with the plan or what?
He didn't say he wasn't in favor of it. He
Okay.
said that he wanted his wife to his family to leave Liberia safely before he does anything, before he goes through with the resignation
is
letter,
that what he
and
said? Is
before
that
he
what
go,
Gao
yes,
said?
that's what he said in the recording.
That what he said on the
And
tape.
that's what he said on the tape.
Oh.
He said he wanted to make sure that his family leaves Liberia safely before he signs any resignation letter and before he goes on the show. But he said that he cannot do anything until he's guaranteed that his family has left Liberia. But the other people want him to sign the letter first. And he's saying, no, let my family leave Liberia before I do anything.
But then why did he record
But
it?
he accepted money for his family to leave
Is it
Liberia.
that he had some kind of undercover and that's why he recorded it to expose people?
He
It could be
recorded because at
because
the end
So
of the recording, he
so
said,
had
Chief,
his so
this
had,
is the voice. So who is the chief? Could it be
so,
his boss?
so had his wife had the money been given to him for his wife to leave Liberia? Was she gonna leave Liberia? I mean, was he gonna follow through with the plan or what? Or he was just saying it? Or,
Apparently, that's what he was saying on the tip. If
Yeah,
once his
but
family
Jackie,
leave,
yes, yeah, my point 2 minutes before you come in. Why would anybody
let
want to engage?
the studio is listening to us. Let them play the
Why
clip.
would
The
anybody
clip
want
is
to
out there.
engage? Why would anyone want to engage into things like that?
That's my
Forget the
question.
Gao. For,
That's my question. Why
why would
didn't he
anybody want
just
to
come to
engage
Atlanta,
Gao to
do
make
his
up a
training, and go back?
Why would somebody want somebody to make up a story about other people to create a silent story for them? I mean that if it is true, it's very disturbing to me. Why would somebody want to pay money, give thousands of dollars for this guy to come out and admit to something just so that they can be? I mean, if it is true for me, that is very wrong. That's bad because you can't do that. I mean, then you know what? If that's true, the story is clear. Then some of the people that have been placed on sanction now, other people that have been punished, then they need to revisit some of those actors who involved them. They need to visit some of the actors who involved them because this is disturbing. This is very
well,
disturbing.
Councillor Verder is saying that They say that they're trying to frame the narrative against the school point. So he said we should listen to the audios. So we have to do. I think what we'll do, we don't have time to listen to all the audios, but I think if we discuss this issue, let us listen to the audios tonight.
Yeah,
So
let's
that
do. Yeah, I want to listen to the audio.
yeah,
But
he promised. So he said that he did nothing wrong, and it was something where he is in
yeah,
line.
but did he confirm that the voice on the tip was his?
Well, he not said, but he said he was sending the tape, the audio. So he's checking for it. But
Listen, everybody recorded everybody. That's what it is.
I would suggest that we take time. We we listen to the audio,
Yeah,
find and
yeah,
listen to the
I
audios,
agree.
and then perhaps we
I
can
agree.
discuss it either because we discuss it either on Monday or Tuesday. I mean next week. So we'll have a guest on Friday. But I think before we come to any conclusion,
Yeah, I'm not
we
coming.
listen to all sides, all the recordings we can listen to, and perhaps the public, if we can put it. I mean, we can put it in the public in our page. The public can listen to it too.
Yeah,
Those who are following the show, and from there they can make their
there's
own. Yeah,
two sides to every
yeah,
story. Yes,
because
I agree.
Councilor Breda is saying he's saying what he's saying is not true, and he is trying to frame it. So so I think I'll listen to all sides of it,
Of
and
course, of
we'll
course.
see. But all
We're
I can
gonna
say is that people got to be careful. I mean,
we can just
because
conclude. Yeah, we can
yeah,
just conclude here that everything is right. I think it will be good with listening to.
yeah. But Gawo, Connor Thomas Gawo, we should reach out to him. I don't got his number, but I had a number. I'll reach out to him, ask him if we want him to come on the show, have a
Yeah,
platform.
we will
And
try to get his number.
even
I think
I reached
the
out.
studio.
Yeah, for record, I reached out to the mayor. I asked him. I mean, but he has not responded. About
What
Councilor
about his
Johnson,
lawyer? He may not talk, but maybe his
Councilor
lawyer will
Albert
come on
Johnson,
the
we can reach out
show.
to them too, and
And
if
maybe if
possible,
they like, we can bring them on the show. We can bring
yeah.
Arthur Johnson to
Definitely,
Tower.
that would be good.
These are serious things because honestly,
That would be good.
I won't like nobody to destroy or anybody's life for political reason or anything. If especially to manufacture lies on someone, I don't think it's the right thing to do.
Right,
So we'll get to the bottom of it and find out what's the facts in this thing. But
right.
the guy description about the Wawa, all this stuff, because this guy he know nothing about the Wawa business, and the way he explained that the Wawa we all know about that Wawa. So it has some. So I mean, there's some little iota of truth in what you can get from what
I
you
will
say.
not. I will not. I
Yeah,
will
but
wait for Arthur.
yeah, but
Tomalin, there is no doubt he met with them. He met
yeah,
with them
Why
up
did he
up
meet
yeah.
with them?
north. I think they picked him up from Georgia. I think Sheikh Sakor may have picked him up from Georgia from the tape recordings, and they drove up to Philadelphia, or New Jersey, and that's where they met, at some restaurant called Fridays. So they went
Oh,
to the
what?
Wawa first, and then
Fridays,
the meeting was
Friday,
held
that was
at
part
Fridays
Friday?
from
yeah,
yeah,
Friday,
Friday's restaurant.
yeah,
That's where
Friday.
the meeting was held.
When Becky man, I went.
So they got a real detailed description of what meeting was.
Because the Wawa and the Fridays, all these are familiar.
It
So,
ring a bell. Huh?
You know what? I like the Wawa. I wish we had it down south.
No, we got Wawa here
Like
plenty.
it.
In fact, I was
but,
there yesterday
but
with
when
my
you got to
kids.
talk about, is it a method of Wawa? That Wawa, I said,
The
but
Wawa gas
And then,
station.
and then if you go farther, the
the
Friday is right
The
there.
Friday's right there.
Oh, it's Fridays right around
Yeah,
there.
right around there. In that part.
Oh, okay. I
So
see.
they got don't have a detailed description of the meeting. So, man, I
No,
don't
there
know.
was a meeting. No
But
doubt, there was a meeting that was held.
yeah,
No, but I will
But
say
but
this. I will say this. Based on what I've heard so far, we'll listen to the tape about Konagawa. We won't get it letting off the hook easily. You got to be
yeah,
questioned further.
yeah.
yeah, my
Yeah.
question is,
You gotta,
No, no.
you
If you
how
want
did
to,
he
you
switch
gotta
from
get it
coming to
further.
a conference
Yes.
if you want to come up for a
meeting
special
people to
section
talk about
tomorrow, we can bring you
political
on.
asylum? We need
We
to
Yeah,
can
but
bring you on
understand
for a
that
special
story.
session
How did
tomorrow.
that happen?
He on a friendly station, so they ain't come on our platform. Then
Yeah.
he'll be able to
If you want to come for a special session tomorrow describing
Can
the
we
Wawa,
invite him? Can we
huh?
invite him on?
yeah. Well, because
Tony,
of
can
him,
you
we
try
have
to
a show
reach
tomorrow. Kev, tell him
Because of him, we
because of
have a
him,
special show
we're gonna show
tomorrow.
tomorrow for him for
Yeah.
Thursday.
He and Councilor Johnson can come on. I want to
Yeah, come on.
know. I want to know
Yeah, we
because
need to know what really happened.
I want to know more about the Wawa he went to because I want to describe. I
Yeah,
want him to describe the
the Wawa
Wawa.
and the Fridays.
I like those Wawa gas stations. I love
It's
them.
just a quick trip in Atlanta, Georgia, right? It's just a quick trip.
I like your Wawas. The bag, even the bag they give you when
The
you go
food.
shopping,
And
that
they sell good food there too.
And
eco-friendly
the
bag,
guy,
you
the guys
know.
are calling all the actors involved and how they can do the process of
Yeah,
leaving the
that's not
country.
good though. If they did it,
But I'll say if
nobody
I
should be
really,
involved in a conversation like
yeah, so
that
because
because
that's not good, honestly.
yes, yes,
Oh,
yes.
yeah, but if that will happen,
Wow.
it's troubling
Yeah.
because
Well, I mean, if he wants to come on tomorrow, he can come. Maybe we can start listening to the tip
okay,
now.
Kev, the guy on Freedom FM now. Why
Kev
you
said
can
he had a tape to
you
play. Where is
tell the
that
man
Oh,
tape?
hold on,
you
Florida
listen
FM.
tomorrow.
And
He can
tell
go,
him
he
to
can
come
come.
on. Kev can
He
go
can
there
come,
right
he can
now.
come
Kev,
tomorrow.
can you
I
reach
special
out to
guest.
him and tell him to
Kev
come
has
on
an
the
access
show?
pass to Freedom FM. He goes there anytime. He's
Yeah,
like
Kev.
the
So Kev, tell the man we'll have a show tomorrow for just because of that we'll have a show tomorrow.
yes. If he want to, if he want to come, we can do it tomorrow.
Yeah, he and the lawyer can come on,
Can come
or
on.
if he by himself, if he with the lawyer,
But
fine.
something happened somewhere. Something wrong.
I am total still. I still need to understand how did he switch from coming to a conference. I understand they said they bought a ticket from him from Liberia, so apparently he was in conversation with these people before he even left Liberia.
Why did they try to do it? Let's forget about them buying
No,
tickets.
I
but you
want
know,
to know
listen,
how
no,
did
listen.
he entertain a
No, but
conversation from a conference in
but listen.
Georgia to talking about political
But
asylum.
listen, one of the viewers, he said something. Let me just say it. He said
Okay.
it is a case of tit for tat. He said Councillor Verda accused the mayor of being involved in a killing of the former justice's daughter. Now the city mayor set up a scheme to indict those individuals. So that's why we gotta look at all this, listen to the tape and listen to everything. It's
Yeah.
important to listen to the tape because from there we can draw. So the public will help us. So let us, Kev. I mean, you can help get the guys to come on the show on tomorrow. We can do it. We're willing to come. We work tomorrow, and so forth.
I mean, we don't want to just, we know
Yeah.
that, but it's scary. I mean, because if you're in a deal and then this person recording and then they're exposing you, I mean, they're coming out saying these things, why
But
you want to do that? Why you want to
He's
do that?
recording and the other side recording. All
Yeah.
sides are
but
Why you
recording.
want to do
Jackie,
that?
you should open the line
Yeah.
so what the public will say.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
let's go ahead and open the lines.
Yeah,
It's
let's
are
six
let
you,
the
are
ten.
public
you
say.
ready?
Yeah, let the
Are we
public say.
ready to take calls? But
Yeah.
Kev, you said you had a recording to play. Do you still want to play that recording? Kev, is he mute or what? He got his thing in his ear. Kev,
Kev muted.
Kev, do you want to still play the recording before we go on the line? You
Um,
will go to the lines?
when
You
when
said you
the
have some
when the
recording to play.
when the discussion become important and serious, that's something that happening to somebody's life, then we'll discuss it. The reason I keep quiet because I think and we're taking a very serious thing as a joke, and Jackie putting a spin to a very serious thing. Coaching could be your brother, it could be your family member, it could be something. This is not politics. If I hear my side planning to destroy a young man's life, I will not put spin on it. I will not. The Wawa they're talking about, all three of us here, we know that Wawa. They the Friday they're talking about, the place they're talking about, we know there. We have eaten there, we have been there, we know there. We know every details. We know. We know who Stanton Witherspoon is. We know his plan. This is not a joke.
Yeah,
This
but
is not
Kev,
spin.
still,
This is a
this is
young,
no
this is
spin.
a
This is
man,
to have
this
a
is a man not
conversation
even
and ask
35-year old.
questions.
This is a man not even
From
35
asking
years old. They
questions, we
want to
have
destroy
concluded
his life
to bring
and
the guests
lying.
on.
So I'm
So
just, this is
help to
not for
reach
bringing
to bring
guests.
the
This
guests
is not for
on.
bringing guests. This is not for bringing guests on.
It's
This is
it,
not for bringing
Kev. You
guests
can
on.
feel the way you
We
feel,
have to
but we
discuss
have
it. We
every right
have,
to ask
Jackie,
questions.
Jackie,
The questions that
you
were
have the right
asked
to
were
ask
very valid
questions, but
questions.
but
But don't
you do
they
have
were valid
you do.
question, Kev.
Yeah, you're not asking question.
But
You
that's
are
your
not asking
opinion, that's
question.
your thought, and that's my
You're
thought, and
not
other
you
people
know
are
you're
thinking
not
the
asking
same way.
question.
The,
You playing
it was a
politics with
simple
somebody's
question.
life.
The
You
man
playing
came for
politics
a
with somebody's
training.
life.
How did
You're
the
not asking question,
conversation
and that
switch?
is evil.
And
And
why
that
did
is
he go and
evil.
meet these people?
To play politics with somebody's life, that is evil,
Kev,
Jackie.
nobody
That is
is here
evil.
playing politics
No,
with
you playing
anybody.
politics to
If these
somebody's
are
life.
questions, but then answer the
You
questions to
listen
help
at
for
you listen
understanding.
at
We ask
people
questions, you
plotting.
answer the
You
question.
listen at people plotting, and you want to play games with that. That could be your brother.
Kev,
Don't do that. A man who less than
you're
35 year
recording.
old. This is beyond
There's
politics.
something with your recording.
This is beyond politics. So if we want to discuss it seriously at the beginning and say, you know what,
Kev,
let's bring the recording. I'll bring it. So you listen. I hear
if
you
you
talk.
want to
I,
bring the
First of all,
recording,
I'm
I
hearing
ask
you
you to
talking about
bring
things
it
in
and play
in the
it.
recording. So
Do
you
you
have
want
listened to
to
the
play the
recording.
recording, Kev?
It's out there. Other shows playing it. It's out there. When we want to
Okay, all
discuss it
right.
seriously,
Since
we
you
will
don't want to
discuss it
bring it,
seriously.
if
But
you want to bring the guy on, Mr.
do
Garro
joke here
on, that's good.
with somebody's
But
life.
you
We
are
don't play
wrong. Kev,
politics
you
with
are
somebody's
very wrong
life.
for saying we are trying to put a spin on this. We
Yes,
ask
yes, you are
questions.
trying to put a spin on
Everybody,
it.
Kev,
You are
Kev,
trying to put a spin
Kev,
on it. That's what
everybody.
you're doing.
But that's
And
what
that is wrong.
that's for you to say, and you
That
are
is
wrong.
wrong.
No, you are wrong. We are
That's why I
supposed
keep
to ask questions. There are two sides to
I keep
every
quiet.
story,
I'm not
Kev.
that's why I keep quiet.
But Kev,
The
there are two
gentleman went
sides to every story. Why are you getting mad if we bring question from the other side? Try to understand that, and you answer the question. If you know more, then answer the question so that people can
why
understand.
you want me to
That
bring
the
somebody you
Peabody
already
also
passed the
stated
judgment
that
on?
there are two sides
You
to
already passed
every
the
story.
judgment
You
on.
know
Just
that.
why you want me to bring some? You already passed the judgment. So why you want to ask a
Nobody
question?
passed judgment
You
yet.
already did that.
We were only asking questions. Nobody passed judgment here.
Kev,
Nobody
Kev,
knows enough to pass
move
any
on.
Gonna
Kev,
judgment.
let move on. I don't think Kev.
Can we take
I'm not going
calls?
to continue this debate.
Okay, don't continue it. That's fine. If you don't want to defend your side, that's what you think is
I
right.
don't
Then it's
defend
okay.
foolishness. I don't talk. I don't debate
Okay, that's
foolishness. I
fine.
don't do that. I don't debate foolishness. Seriously, let's talk
You're
the
not giving the
issue.
public. You're the public on. You're the public. I bring public on there. Y'all go take some calls for now.
All right. I mean, it's kind of quiet, but I think it will be fair to bring Gao and his lawyer on, and also talk to Consider Verder and see others involved. We cannot conclude is both sides alleging. Let's listening to both tips, and then we can see what's going on. I think it will be fine. I think Aiba has the video to that. You got any calls coming? All right, but then if you guys have the beat,
Is the studio Hot FM? Are they on?
okay.
Okay, can you put is the number up? Are the numbers up?
No, but like Peabody said, right? We should be mindful, or we are a platform, and we how to call it? We're not here to take sides. We have to listen to all sides of the story and so forth. That's why Peabody said, like we are not going to just rush to judgment. So I encourage any tip that we have. Anybody have any tip? Any of the tape that or the recordings, we should listen to it. Put it on our page. Let the public listen to it too. And based on what we have on the tape, we can come and discuss it. And we have a still invitation to all those mentioned on the tape.
Right.
They are free to come on
So
our
that we can
platform
fully
though to
understand.
either defend or deny or defend whatever is being was recorded.
Definitely.
but we cannot just put sentiments in it. That'll be mindful. But let's
Yeah,
listen to
we,
it. But I would
we
say this though: if they if what God was saying, if that plan was something that being fetched, I don't think that's something that anybody will encourage. But again, we have to grill a Gawo. We can't just take his word, that his word, and we'll listen to all sides on the tape. And if he
right.
can come here and perhaps that he on OK FM on Freedom FM now, should be brave to come and face the Liberian people through on this platform. We give an invitation to him to come and appear. Even he come with a lawyer, Council Johnson can come with him and see and hear from them. But
But I want to take about the whole thing, just the idea of people doing that is just bad. The idea, whether take or no take, whether Gawa would have accepted or not, or Gawa recording, or Gawa wanted to was doing the security, undercover work, and all of that. My only thing is the whole thing created is bad to blackmail another person. The whole thing to make sure that if people come to America, to make sure that they 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 pay money, they write this letter, and if those things happen, the idea behind it, I think that's nonsense. That's complete nonsense for anybody to be able to come up and say things like that. The whole idea behind it, the recording and engagement, that is just nonsense. Okay, they shouldn't be doing that. So, but again, I will not jump to taking decision. I think there's two sides to every story. I want to know how the whole thing started. Gawo will listen to Gawo, and then we'll listen to Pastor Verda. He wants to talk. Or anybody else want to come up and share about it? Then we can, because this is a serious thing. It's around the world. It's out there. People's names have been involved. There were clear recordings of people that are on this tape. You can hear the verse very, very clear. I mean, so something has to be done in regard. It was bad. If it's true, and it was the intention, the whole idea, that is nonsense, and that's weakness. That's all I should say. Yeah.
Yep, definitely. We need to know both sides of the stories. And the thing about it is, when people are playing tapes, there's a portion here that's played, there's a portion there that's played. So it makes it difficult for the listeners to get a holistic view or understanding of what really transpired. It's like if you're watching a movie from the beginning to the end, then you understand what happened in the beginning, what happened in the middle, and what happened in the end. But if you just go and watch a movie in the middle of it, you don't know what happened in the beginning, and then you walk away, then you don't know how the movie ended. So it will be good, like you said, if we can get both sides to come, Mr. Gawo, to come and explain his side of the story. And if we can get the other side as well to come, that would be very good. And then the listeners then can go ahead and conclude based on what they have heard from all sides.
Yeah. And the thing is, I don't support anybody blackmailing anybody in the government or anywhere. I don't support anybody doing that. Come up with real story. So if that people will be indicted or people will be sanctioned, then do it. But come up with legitimate story. But I don't support any idea of trying to create a story for somebody to be indicted or somebody to be placed on sanction list. I don't support that. I mean, anybody could blackmail me. Anybody could blackmail Jackie. Anybody could blackmail Tomalin and stuff like that. I mean, I don't think that is fine. So I just want to know the whole idea. How did Thomas get involved in this conversation? How did
And
all
that's my question, and that's what I've been
Yeah.
asking. How did he get involved in such conversation for it to come to this side? But with that being said, we have, I think we've exhausted enough time. Do we have calls?
so
You are mute.
seems like the phone not working or something.
The phone's not. The phone's
Yeah.
not working.
So what I mean, that's why I believe, but I
And it
want
is a sensitive matter. It is a very,
very
very
sensitive,
sensitive matter. I hope it will be resolved.
hmm
So we shall see how it will end. I didn't watch the entire press conference today. Didn't have time to. I will try to watch it tonight, and so that we can prepare. So, Tomalin, will you and Kev work on getting the guests on the show if they can
Well,
come on?
like I said, we have an open invitation to them to come and for it, but
They want to come on tomorrow.
they come on.
Ayuba, do you have WhatsApp number from the U.S. people asking for that? Also, you know, well, I
Um,
think we just need to see what's it is like, and you know, Greg, do you put it on? People are asking for it.
the number not showing you.
You see,
Yeah,
so I
so
mean,
I can't see it.
the number on the screen, I can see it only. When you
You can
look
see
at
it?
your other side, you're not going to see it from your side, but when you look on your phone, you will see it. So I mean,
Oh
there's
yeah, I see it on the
two.
phone. Yeah.
Also, I hear a lot of listeners calling Hot FM to come on the show, but they're not getting to us. So, but I mean, I believe it's something that it will, for me, it's just a bad thing. I mean, don't build a story like that. Because other people could get affected if it's true.
I mean, I
Again,
mean, you know, like I said, it'll be good for the guy to come. They will ask him the question because
yeah.
and like some of the guys' name I'm hearing on. I think I'm hearing he was calling, and it's troubling though. It's troubling because but
But even the tip with the voices, those are clear. I mean, those things you hear is very clear of people name. I mean, people. It's you listen to the tape, it's very very clear. You know, so if Gao was being blackmailed,
yeah, he
then
called
Gao acted smart.
he
And
called
there
the
are
guy.
some,
One of the
you
guy
know,
name he called Alvin Smith name. I just laughed because
Who
yeah,
was Alvin Smith?
it's a friend. It's one of our friend. He worked with him Homeland Security, I think.
Oh, okay.
And then when the guy said, "You called it, so what your name?" The guy said, "Man, not call name yet." He hung the phone up. I said, "Well, all this stuff, look."
you
But
know.
it's very fishy. But something happened somewhere. I know I can tell you, maybe in that time, maybe they try to perhaps to I don't know whether they try to bring Koji to link Koji's or something, make the guy to sign a letter or say what. But again, too, this guy with the part where you say you heard that the guy said he said might get money for a wife to leave and before he do anything, it's another fishy one too, But like you said, let the guys then. I mean, everybody are trying to trap each other, so who knows? But
Yeah, we don't know. That's what I'm saying. That's why when you listen to a portion of a tip, you miss the whole movie.
yeah,
So,
I hope they. But I mean, the line. I know what happened in lines, but we're here from the public. But these are troubling times, and
do we
I
have
hope.
a US WhatsApp number in the studio where people can call if the local lines are not working? Don't we have one?
But I hear people are calling Hot FM, but I don't think they do have some they have some
The
problems.
lines are not connected to the studio. They
Yeah.
not. It's not coming
But
through.
but but again, this guy called Wawa. He called what's the other restaurant name?
Fridays.
Friday, and these are
Fridays is where the meeting was held. Whatever meeting that was,
at
that's
Fridays.
where they
You
had the
know,
meeting.
at Fridays, and he did call those places Wawa in New Jersey and
No,
Fridays
they
in
obviously met. I mean,
yeah.
I think both sides admit that there was some meeting, from what I can see.
Yeah. You
So,
know, yeah, they actually met. Why they didn't meet and why do people want to do that? I don't know, but trying to blackmail somebody just to get them to come. I mean, go up and come down. It's just wrong. You don't blackmail people. You don't try to get your friend into those kind of trouble because those are serious crimes that could land people in jail or get them on UN sanction for like ban them or United States sanction and things like that for human rights. And now, if you get sanctioned for human rights and things like that, that's a serious thing.
So
And
in this Konogalo, we are extending invitation to you to come and have your to come and make your own clarification.
Yeah, it would be
because
good for him to
yeah,
come
but
on. We
because
would
by
love
you
to have him come
yeah,
on.
because you can't be going on a friendly station and then you just expect people to just yeah. I mean, if you go on
But
I
but
mean,
you know, Jackie, knowing some things, I won't. We were also. There was one time that we were trying to. The black man said that we took $50,000 from Liberia. Somebody said that we were offered $50,000, and because we didn't take the money, and that's why we left our former show. It was all over. People were calling our names. People were calling, oh, we are criminal. We in Samuel 12 pocket and all kinds of stuff. You know, so there's a pattern here. I must
Right,
say that there is a
right.
pattern here.
but
There's a
I can say clearly if whatever they're saying, if I mean if the standard involved, he got to be careful because it's clearly stated in his bond. He cannot be involved in such a thing, linked to such a thing. If you take it further, he can get himself in trouble. It can affect his bond. I mean that's something that the lawyer should be advising him. But I mean I don't know what they're doing. But if really he was in such a discussion, you gotta be very mindful because it can affect him. I tell you for a fact. I read that a lawyer and I were looking at the bond today, and that's something you want to be involved in. But again,
because
you
yeah,
gotta be
because
very
it went wow. Or that we were offered $50,000, and because it was rejected, and that's why we got mad. We left the show and went by. Nothing like that. Never been involved in this kind of stuff. But it was all over. People had it all in Liberia. People, family called me and say, "Oh, I understand you're offered $50,000, but they refuse and this and that." So it seems like a pattern here where people want to make other people look bad, and I don't know. I don't know the truth. I don't know the nitty gritty of the whole story, but I'm looking forward to hear from each other. Confident Verdict is one that I respect a lot, and I mean, if he's involved in this, it's wrong because the tip is very clear. You know, I know his word. I heard it. I don't know whether he has another recording, a counter recording to that. I don't know.
So, Dr. Peabody, playing out devil's advocate again, we will get Mr. Garwo here who will explain, what happened from the beginning. How did he get to even meet Mr. Verdia? What if information went to Jerome Verdia that, hey, there is somebody who wants to seek political asylum? Is that possible? We don't know if that was possible, if that's the information he got.
But
How did he even get involved in this process?
yeah, how did he get involved? And
Right.
why make up stories to get political asylum? Because if you caught your story, you can be denied or you can even be arrested.
That's true too.
You know, you can be denied or be arrested. So why make up story? Why get involved with somebody and try to even put them in something like that? You know, why you want to do that? You know, so I really don't know. I mean, to be honest, I really don't know. But I want to know uh, uh, the both sides. I want to know both sides, and but I mean, I listened to part of the tip. Some of the voices I heard, those are people that I know very well, and I just hope I want that one can come on. If you go all
Yeah,
over,
we would
come on
love
the
to
show.
have Mr. Gawo on.
Yeah.
So Tomalin, we look forward to Tomalin and Kev bringing Mr. Gawo on, and hopefully, if we can get Mr. Verdi or somebody from on the other side on to explain their side of the story as well, and that way the public can decide. I'm not going to come to a conclusion. That's for the public to decide. We're just creating a platform for people to come and express themselves, give their side of the story. We will ask the questions. Some of the questions may be tough, but in the end, we want the truth to prevail so that the Liberian people themselves can decide. None of us here on this platform are going to, we're not here to be the judge or the jury to say, well, this person did this or that person did this. This is not why we are here on the closing argument, especially when it comes to a case like this, because it is very sensitive. There's a lot that we don't know. The public is only seeing bits and pieces from both sides of the recordings. I understand there are over 30 plus recordings that are out there. So I guess from both sides. So if we can get the lawyer to come on along with Mr. Gawo, that would be great, and they will be able to clarify a lot of this stuff, and somebody from on the other side as well. So the
And and,
studio
and,
can
and
go ahead.
I just listening to I just read a comment from a very experienced law enforcement investigator. But he's an active law enforcement official in the state of New Jersey. He said to understand the situation, juxtapose this to the O.J. Simpson case in the reverse. Thank me later. That's Officer Yinka, a guy
Right.
I respect him very highly. This is what he does for a living. So,
Oh, Sheriff Yinka,
yeah,
Conrad?
Sheriff
Sheriff
Yinka.
He
Yinka, yeah,
said
yeah.
in the reverse. What does he mean?
He said to understand the situation, juxtapose this to the O.J. Simpson case in the reverse. Thank me later.
Okay, break that down for the audience now. What does that
Well,
clause
well,
mean?
I mean, you know the O.J. Simpson case. Uh,
Yes.
yeah. So, in other words, you can relate it to this case that what's what we're hearing.
Okay.
Yeah, so we,
I see Jefferson Davidson is saying that Gawo said he has more than 32 different recordings.
wow.
Uh,
So if he had more than 32 different recordings, then he knew what he
But
was doing. If
but no,
he does.
but exactly. But now, here's the thing. Now, so anybody want to get mad and get mad. But the fact of the matter is that we're giving God an opportunity, giving an opportunity to come to the public, because there are certain people that watching, listen to the station he's on right now. Certain people will listen to that station. Okay, they believe that station is more pro to him. So you want to
right.
come on a platform where you reach the public, okay, engage the public about it. But then the public can would be able to tell you. I'm gonna say
Yeah.
give their own opinion on it, but you can't. I mean, honestly, he can come and bring all the facts, bring the tape forward. We're gonna put it on our page. We're gonna place the part of the tape that we want to be played. The public can make their own opinion about it. But we can't just come and just listen to one side. But all I can say too, like people already said, if the attempt were to destroy Koji, what Gawa is saying at attempt, that's wrong. I mean,
Right.
you cannot come and do something against to destroy another man. But again, let us interview him. Let us ask him the question that need to be asked. You know,
Definitely. Definitely. I agree with you. To the studio, do we have, can we take some calls from the US, some WhatsApp calls? Yeba, before we leave, because we got a few minutes before we leave. And
Okay, hold
while
on
we're
one second.
working on,
I got somebody on the line. What's your name? State your name and give a comment.
Yeah, my name is Enoch B. George, calling from the state of Pennsylvania.
Go ahead.
yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I just want to give a little insight on what is going on, and I just want to caution our older sister, our older sister in studio, Madam Jackie. You know, when it comes to this kind of issue, it would be expedient that we put politics aside and discuss it as it is. And I don't want for you guys to, for this show to be like the Spoon Network. Because the individual involved, it is our responsibility as people in the Liberian society to shame those people involved. First of all, what is unfolding, like Mr. Stanton Waters, who is fully involved in this video, in the recording rather. If the character of Stanton Waters would be involved in such a thing, how can the Liberian people even believe anything coming from this man? So when it comes to politics, you may not like the person, but when you see something unfolding, because it can happen to anybody. You are our sister, our mother in that studio. Anybody can come out, and because they don't like you, they can come out and say such a thing against you. So can we say we should sit down for the public to decide? Wherein most of the public, the people in the Liberian society, they got diverse view when it comes to these issues. They're listening to you guys. They believe in whatsoever views you have on these issues. That's why we listen to the show, because we believe in you guys, and we expect your honest opinion on issue as it unfolds. So you can just leave everything
All right, thank you, Mr. George. Well, Jackie, you see trouble. You're in trouble. Uh,
I'm trying to understand why I'm in trouble. We
I'm
are.
just kidding,
Let me
Jackie.
let
That's
me
people
make it.
views. You gotta get people
Let
views.
me make
Oh,
it very, very clear. Whenever we discussing issues, we are here to bring all sides. One person will bring one side, one person will bring the other side, because the viewers also have diverse views. So the questions that were asked, I think they were legitimate questions to for us to understand, for the public to understand, because the recordings that have been put out there, they don't show the whole picture. So the questions that were asked were, the gentleman came for training, and the missing part of that puzzle is, how did he go from training to being with people to discuss political asylum? I think that's a legitimate question. We will leave that question on the table in the hopes that when Mr. Gower comes on the show, he can explain that, because that's the missing piece of this whole puzzle, a major missing piece. He said he got his ticket, he came for training. So, how did this other portion or this other activity get involved in his trip here while he was here in the US? So I think when he comes, he will be able to clarify that, because I haven't watched the tape that explain how that happened. So maybe there are other people who understand that. If Tomalin understands that portion of the puzzle, Dr. Peabody, if you understand it, then by all means, please explain that. If not, when we get the guests on the show or when we listen to the other tips, maybe we will get clear understanding of what happened.
honestly, I would just like to hear a guy will come up, play that tape. But and then if anybody else on this tape, come to the verder, Senator, I mean Mr. All those he named want to come on the show, they can come on the show, and then we can talk. But I think, but some of the places he named, some of the people named, some of the people in the recording, I don't know, but it's damaging, it's troubling, it's mind bothering, and I think there is a need for us to hear from both sides. But I just want to know the intention behind all. I think it was bad. The intention to have developed a story that is not true, to get asylum. You're naming people who can take people out of the country. I mean, that is bad. Whether Gao did it intentionally, whether he didn't do it, whether he was black, or he was trying to recall them, or he was. I mean, the whole thing surrounding the case is wrong. It's very very wrong. I don't think anybody should get involved into things like that. I mean, you may not like the person, you may disagree with the government, but I don't think blackmailing uh, the government officials or blackmailing anybody for that matter, not only government official, is bad. And, we shouldn't be doing that. You know.
And definitely, I agree with you. If there was any blackmailing that was done, it is definitely wrong.
Yeah.
People shouldn't be blackmailing people, period, for any reason.
But
That's not good.
equally so, we will play the devil advocate here, and we'll ask the hard question.
Exactly.
We'll ask
Yeah,
questions here that people may not like, but to get the
exactly.
truth, we want to ask the hard question. We're not going to just say somebody come and say something, we believe them, but we want to get down and ask the hard
But
question. I'm
well,
not going to listen to one side. Yeah.
let me say this clear. If I mean, I will say this. I'm not. I mean, those who been accused, those who feel that they are being blackmailed, those who feel that they are being undermined, who feel that they are being people trying to harm them. They are the ones who have the benefit of the doubt. At least you give opportunity for them to come and make their case. But if they will sit down and I mean, I can't just come and I'm not a lawyer because I'm taking side no or come and defend somebody no. Let the public we have how tell people there are thousands of people watching us, thousands watching us after the show ends to watch this show. If Gao, Koji, and all those involved They have an opportunity to come and say, look, they can make the case to the public. Bring the tape, play the tape. But and we can make assumption to say, well, what are people thinking? We ask the question, the public will call in, they will ask the question and it will be asked. And from there, people will they form their opinions on it. Like I heard Coach is taking it, he said he's gonna take the matter to court, and the right thing he's doing. He comes to the States, you go to court to sue those involved.
Right.
This country is a country of laws. Today we saw what happened in America. A
Oh
sitting
yeah.
congressman was arrested today. He been charged with 13 counts of, including money laundering and
Santos,
all kinds of stuff.
Representative Santos.
Now people don't joke here, so there's a country of law. So if you are
Santos,
in, and one thing I know, if you are indicted, there's a serious thing on you. I don't care what how long you take, they will you will pay the price for it. So I mean the country, if anybody wrong you go to court, take it to court. So you come, I don't care if you come from wherever you come from, north, south, east, you can file a legal complaint, and the court will be there to give you the proper redress. But I can't just come and listen to one side of tape. I don't listen to all the tape yet. How you can make conclusion? I can't do that. No. But but from what I heard from Thomas Gao, Connor Gao, is like what I heard he's saying is like people are trying to force him, to coerce him, to implicate Koji, and perhaps by him doing so, then he will get asylum. That's why I have an understanding of his interview. So now that's what he's saying now. So when you hear the entire tape from the other side too, before you make conclusion, you can just hear one side and then
That's right.
and then you conclude. But from what he said in his interview, if that is true, that's wrong. That's wrong to try to destroy another man because of certain reason. But with that being said, let us hear all sides, all part of the tip, and then we'll jump to conclusion. But right now, say what you want to say. I'm not going to come and conclude that.
yeah, I know people are putting their personal something into this. As I said earlier, there were some names called. There were some some voices that I heard. I know those voices; it's very clear. There were some places that were named, very strategic. Wawa and the Fridays. I know those places, and so I'm thinking here, sitting thinking in my head, wow. So this guy came right around my era, you know, era that we always went, we always met, and stuff like that. So I mean, there's some strategic era. There's some truth here in certain things, certain era. So now I'm connecting the Dow. He came all the way to New Jersey. He went to the Wawa. He went to the Friday. And there's some of the names that the voice that are hearing that too. They always be to those kind of places. So nobody's saying he's lying. Nobody's saying it's not true. But again, we said there are two sides to every story. Even if the other side has a mess to say, there is just two sides to every story. Now, if Gower comes on and explain his story, and we invite the other people, we're not going to bring nobody else when he is on. We'll wait
Right.
after he leaves. Then we invite another person. If they cannot come up and tell that story, I mean,
Then our story will remain in the air from
yeah, we're
our
not, we're
side
not, we're not
anyway.
crazy here, okay?
Yeah, you
There
get me
is
point.
there's gut feelings. My
Right.
gut feeling, certain thing I listen, my gut feeling can tell me that it is true. There's something I've heard, there's something I've seen. My gut feeling, I can say wow. I can only say wow. Nobody
It's,
calls anybody a liar here.
it's
You
true
know.
because, like for instance,
Somebody you muted.
there's on the areas that were called, that were mentioned. I think like Gawi know the places there. Like the Wawa in question, the Fridays in question, and the characters you were calling. I mean, it has some iota of truth in it. But again, it will be better for Gao to come and have a longer time and to because you can't if you want to make your case, you can't go on a friendly platform like I was telling the UPVP candidate. I told you I said you go on friendly platform there already. You got the Brempo one year from you when you come on a more diverse platform.
Is there a caller?
fair analysis, fair, 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 fair analysis from the pastor. So I mean, that's what that's what I think that's a fair thing. You know, we're not here to judge and telling this person the lie or this. You know, we just ask, and and from there the public can make that decision. But we are human beings. We can listen, we can deduce from things, and we know some iota of truth behind them. So I think Jackie, I think
It,
we almost at the hour.
there's another call. Did he say he is Mr. Johnson? The listeners are saying no sound. They cannot hear the sound.
You better say they're not hearing any
Yeah, but
sound.
the listeners are saying they cannot hear the callers.
Well, we almost at the end of time. So I think the guys, yeah, I think we almost at the time. Yep.
Any news on the political arena? Let me see what it say. Anybody? Let me get the latest.
Well, tomorrow is May 11th. Tomorrow is the last day of voters registration. Today is 153 days to go. Somebody used to do your countdown. I don't know what happened
I
to
still
that.
doing it on my page. I check on my page. They posted
Well,
it.
when you come on air, you need to announce it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. They posted it. Not hearing the callers, but anyway, we done with the call.
Yes, I
I
just
don't know.
put a message out there to apologize to our viewers. This case, listen, is very sensitive. We will talk about it again, and next time we talk about it, hopefully we can have one of the participants, starting with Mr. Gawo, who can come on and give his side of the story. I'm looking forward to hearing him explain his side of the story. And if the other side wants to come on the closing argument as well, they are more than welcome to come on. They are invited so that they also can give their side of the story. We will also try to go through the remaining tapes and try to get more information, but we, from both sides. So we'd like to thank all the viewers for listening, for their comments. I see, I see some of the viewers saying that I have taken side. I have not taken any side whatsoever, but that's okay. They are entitled to their opinion. Tomorrow again is the last day, so I hope the remaining 9 counties, whosoever has not registered yet, please go out and register to vote. Tell your family and friends that they need to go out and register to vote, because NEC has said that voter registration ends on May 11, and as of now, I don't think there will be any more extension on the voters registration. And in other news, WHO declared that COVID is no longer a state of emergency, which is a very good thing for all of us and for the world, that we have put COVID behind us. So is there anything else for us to talk about? We got 2 more minutes before we leave.
Well,
We it was a great show. We want to thank all our viewers for joining us again on Friday. We have extended an invitation, open invitation to Councillor to the Gao, to Mr. Gao, and also to his counselor Arthur Johnson, uh, to join us. If they get to us by tomorrow before noon, we definitely will have a special show and talk about this. But again, I know some of you may have your own personal sentiment, but we just want to make sure that we are not the judge here. We're not forming a judgment here, but we are sound people. We listen to that tape. Some of the voices we heard, we know those people. Some of the places they call, we know those places. So I mean, we just want to make sure that we balance it. We're not going to just sit here and just try. We want to make sure we balance it. But overall, anyone who tried to like blackmail somebody, it is wrong. It is not the right thing. I mean, it's just bad. I mean, I think it's sickening to hear that other want to blackmail another person just to prove a point or just to make sure that I think is wrong. Anyone who does that, even to a government official or to their friends and to people, is just bad. The intention surrounding that whole thing, I think, is bad. So we ask you to join us is again on Friday, 4:30. We'll continue that discussion. But look up for any announcement tomorrow if we're going to be coming on with Councilor Johnson. I'm sure Councilor Johnson and Otto want to come up. I mean, they said they're among a lot of the press today. A lot of press were there. People from the press were there. So no, why they can't come on the show? They got hard question as well today when people were asking them. So why they won't want to come on here? But we like to hear the story. We like to know what happened and those some of our viewers. So we're looking forward. Maybe we'll have a show tomorrow, or definitely we'll be here Friday with the UP vice presidential pick, Jeremiah K. Koung, who will be here with him. Now, this is a platform that is very diverse, so Jeremiah Koung is going to get some hard questions when he comes here. So I don't want to discourage him from coming, but we're going to ask him some hardball questions. So, but thank you for watching our show, and we look forward to seeing you. Thank you, Jackie.
yeah, with
Thank you so much.
153 days to elections, we still have not gotten the VP pick from the CPP party. They still have not come up with the VP pick. We're told today that they are reached on 3 names. They are now at 3 names they are looking at. But I can say this for a fact that I'm sure as they go to the convention this weekend, definitely they will have to come up with a VP pick at a convention. We will know in the next 72 hours because they're going to the convention. I know it was planned for Ganta, but then later on during the weekend, I heard they said, well, if they depending on who they would take from which county, they will go to that person county. But I know we are aware that there will be a pick before the convention ends on Sunday, whatever the case. We're still looking at it. We're still monitoring Councilor Gonglo as where he makes his way around the country. We want to also find out who will be his pick. We also know Lucini Kamara from ARCO. We want to know who will be his pick. and we also monitoring who again? Simeon Freeman, right? He's running.
Dr. Clarence Moneba,
Dr. Clarence
Tevon
Moneybar.
Gongolo, all of
So
them.
we want to hear from them. And so, and then by the way, this morning it's confirmed. If he want me to say it. The Unity Party Vice Stand-Up Bearer, Senator Jeremiah Koung. I know he called me this morning and told me that he will be our guest on Friday, and this will be the first platform that he'll be going on that
A diverse
diverse.
platform.
Yeah, today I know he was on the Reloaded, and you know Reloaded, you know they favorable to former Vice President Boyka, and he was on the other platform. I think a fortnight ago, but now he'll be meeting. He got his tag team person here, Jackie. Well, Jackie won't be moderating that day on Friday because that her candidate coming, and Chairman Sanvee from the CPP will be here. Kev from the CDC, Peabody, and I from the independent wing will be here too. They can accuse us, but we haven't taken
So who's
side yet.
moderating Friday? You sure you don't want me to moderate? Because
No,
after Friday, I'm not moderating for a while. And
no,
then
no,
y'all
but
do their questions because I'm not going to ask questions.
you
Y'all
ask
don't.
question, but we
No,
want,
I'm
want to
not.
make
I don't need to
because
ask questions. You
well,
guys will
because
ask the questions.
you got your guy coming, so we got to make sure that yeah, because you moderator got a lot of power, a lot of control, so you gotta know what's up. But we'll have a very friendly and interactive exchange with him on Friday, and it'll be interesting. A lot of people want to watch it or know because what I see about politics, right? Before I end, look, depends on which side you're on. If you're supporting we are president, we are in CDC. I don't care what people say about any one of them. You will defend it. You defend it with all your breath. If you're supporting JMB and UP, you will defend their cause. If you're supporting communists and CPP, you will defend it. So right now, it's all about interest. So because back last year, there are people who are not on the same side, but now they're on the same side now. Like for instance, I was watching on social media the last a few days when I was discussing when we have a Yombili knee was in the air. Those who were attacking Yombili now, they drew arms, they put arms down. They were supporting her. I thought Yombili there again, they ready to wake up again. So, I mean that's the politics we play. That again in our country. So depending on which side you're on, but it'll be interesting. And like I said, in the next couple of weeks and days, you'll see a lot of things happening though. Family will fight. Husband and wife will fight, girlfriend and boyfriend will fight. But at the end of the day, we all want Liberia to win, and we should be the cause of Liberia wins on October 10th.
That's right. And like he said, like Dr. Peabody and Tomalin said, this is a diverse platform. We have had Unity Party people. We look forward to seeing Chairman Molu come on, Moba Molu, the folks from Tevon Gonglo camp, Liberty Party, CPP. I mean, just name it. We
I don't
just want
know.
everybody to come on.
Sounds. I don't know what happened, but they put on hearing us. I don't know what happened.
They're not hearing us anymore.
I had to put right and say not
All
hearing
right,
us.
let's end the show. Thank you so much to our viewers for coming on. We will see you on Friday. I think that was when the callers were calling in. I don't think that's us, but I don't know.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching,
Thank you
and
so much.
we'll see you.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye bye. See you guys. Bye, Aiva.